Junior Pope, who should be held accountable for this young man's death. My name is Fortune Nkem, and this is my own personal view about this whole situation. We lost a promising young man, Junior Pope, a young man who people see as a role model, a father, a husband, and a very healthy, energetic young person who is never sick. I have seen people come and go in Nollywood. I have seen people who are sick and we end up losing them. The biggest one that happened recently was that of Mr. Ibu. But for some reasons, this young man's issue hit me so much that I had to shed a tear. Now, the question is, who should be held accountable for his demise? Was it avoidable? Yes. Was it handled properly? No, it was not. I always try to look at the bigger picture. We live in a country where nobody is held accountable for anything that happened. Nobody is held liable. Nobody is held accountable. Everything happens and it goes on that way. If we are talking about Mohbad, look at how that situation was handled. We had different stories. How he was declared dead while he was still alive. Something very similar still happened in Junior Pope's case. You have to ask yourself these questions. Who proclaimed this man dead? Was there a doctor outside? You took Junior Pope from the river or from the lake or whatever, from that place, took him to the hospital. Then you took him back to the river again. I don't know how we do things in this place. From my primary understanding of first aid and CPR, if someone gets drowned and the person is brought out of the water, first thing you do is to check for the pulse. If the person still have some pulse in them, you initiate CPR until the person coughs out the water. Turn them to the side to let the water flow out from their mouth. That's what I understand. So I never seen nobody initiated no CPR. Junior Pope, we lost this young man due to our shared negligence and carelessness. I read about different stories, people blaming different people. Some are blaming TC Virus, the young man that survived. Adam Maluk, the movie producer. It's not a microsectional issue problem. The problem is on a very large scale. Look at this way. I'm going to look at the Ministry of Culture and Tourism. Probably they should be the one that are overseeing all of this whole entertainment industry. Is there a framework for movie production? People just come up, they set cameras and they start doing risky things and nobody checkmates all of these things. How can you be doing a movie production without risk assessment, without a project manager, without insurance? How? Tell me. If you had a project manager, your project manager will have done all of these things for you. All you have in the location is the production manager, the PM. That's all they have in the production. And this person is bereft of any sort of understanding about project management. How do we manage our celebrities? Junior Pope is not just an ordinary person. With all due respect to other people who lost their lives, your life matter equally. I'm speaking to about every other person on that boat. Your crew, your cast, how do you manage their welfare? How can you have a boat that is going to that kind of place? It doesn't have a lifeguard aboard. Let's talk about the life jacket. Everybody have made mention about the life jacket, which is a necessity. That's why I said in a bigger picture, there has to be a framework, a very rigid, constituted framework that will be tailored with good legislation that will make it possible for people to shoot the movie only within that framework. If you are going to shoot a movie and you don't reach up to the requirement of that framework, you're not shooting no movie. There have to be some sort of regulation to all these things. We lost Junior Pope due to carelessness and negligence. I only wish that the Ministry of Culture and Tourism could have done more. And I also pray and wish that we will learn from this thing, because we don't know who is going to be the next person. And I pray no, this kind of thing doesn't happen again. Let us learn from these things that are happening. These things keep reoccurring. And who are those guys that declare them dead? Look at the issue of Mohbad. Look at the guy that made the video in the van crying that Mohbad is gone. Look at Junior Pope's issue. A celebrity as big as Junior Pope, look at the crowd carry him up and down to and fro the hospital to the river. Even if he had some life with him, how long he's been without air in his brain? Don't you think he could have an acquired brain damage? That all those tossing and moving him around, someone that just got drowned, as the story said? How can you be making a movie? You don't have a medic in your location. That means that if anything goes wrong, the disaster will be much more, and the harm and the damage will be irreparable, just like what has happened now. Imagine if we had a medic on site and a lifeguard. Tell me why Junior Pope will not be alive with us today. Like I said earlier on, the only people I can blame or should be held accountable for the loss of lives in that boat, AGN, who has not done their job to regulate their industry, and also Ministry of Culture and Tourism, who has not done anything to regulate the movie industry. These industries need regulation. It is not just about collecting tax and membership payment and money from people. Regulate the industry, put legislatures that are going to keep the people safe as they practice their profession. Movie production is not an easy job. You might think it's easy. People do a lot of things in movie production to safeguard those people, keep them safe, let them be alive.